Tell me about your tell us another story.
I'll give you a Mary Ellen story. Mary Ellen was not very bright and not very intuitive and did not pay attention to much. This is a great example. We're living in Queens at the time, and my daughter now has to have a party for communion, and the place that we had my sons 2 years before had gone out of business. My wife Janet is racking her brains trying to find a place, a suitable home, and she's just not happy with everything that turns up. We need a pretty big room, the whole Irish family thing. So she goes over to bring the kids over to see my mother, and my mother suggests, hey, why don't you use Casablanca up on Elliott Avenue? Casablanca was Joe Messina, the head of the Bonanno crime families, that store, and it was on he had just been arrested for like 30 murders. And he was fighting with the feds to try and keep the restaurant. So it hadn't been seized yet. It was still in court. He hadn't cut his deal yet to roll. But everybody but my mother knew who owned this restaurant. And obviously my wife didn't know. She's a Long Island girl. She didn't grow up in Ridgewood and Bushwick. She doesn't know who these people are. But I'm at work. I'm in the detective squad, and my wife calls me. She's so excited. She goes, I found a place for Kelly's communion party. I'm like, oh yeah, how'd you do that? She goes, well, I went to go see your mother. I brought the kids over to see your mother, and she suggested we go take a look at Casablanca. I said, my mother did that. She suggested it. She's like, yeah, it's right up the block from my house. I'm like, yeah, I know where it is. I know all about it. She's like, yeah, so we went up there to go see the guy. I met the banquet manager, Anthony. I'm like, yeah, I know Anthony too. Yeah, he couldn't do enough for me because he's practically giving the store away. The deal that they were offering is unbelievable. I'm like, I bet it is. She says, I have to go, I'm going to go there on Tuesday to go sign the contract. You want to come with me? I'm like, no. I'm not setting foot near that place until the day of the communion. I'm not talking to that man. I'm not getting on the phone with that man. And I'm not the one that's writing the check. You are. Because I know who they are. And I know what they do. And if the department wants to come and get me for consorting with criminals, they're going to have to wait until the day of the communion to do it. Because I'm not setting foot near that place until that day. So we actually did that. And the thing about it is, I kind of thought I was going to get a phone call from the FBI on this because it was still under surveillance. The wise guys were still doing stuff in the pastry coffee shop that was attached to it. At the communion, we came out to the front to get some air. I went with my son, and he was a sharp kid, even at 10. And I said to him, we're under federal video surveillance. There is a hidden camera somewhere in the surrounding environment. Find it. And he did. It was in the dot above the eye in the MIDA station next door. And everybody knew it because when they showed on the news the surveillance of them dragging everybody out of there in handcuffs, that was the camera. Yeah, so that's a Mary Ellen story. She spent her entire life in that neighborhood, had no idea that she was frequenting the restaurant of a mafia killer.